Hello everybody, it is Janelle Cooper and we are going to teach a new stitch today for Saturday stitches. I thought because Valentine's Day is coming up, it might be kind of fun to do the heart stitch, but also because I'm going to be doing my next video is going to be a fun basket for Valentine's Day that has multiple rows of heart stitches in it. So I thought it'd be kind of fun if you guys could learn the stitch ahead of time if that's something that you're interested in. So the first row I did was a foundation double crochet, and you want to do that in multiples of 6. If you don't want to use foundation rows, I prefer them because it makes it equally stretchy on both sides, where a chain sometimes makes it so this doesn't stretch over here. If you need help with foundation rows, I will link in the corner my video about how to do those. If you don't want to do foundation rows, you can chain a multiple of 6 and then an extra 2 to go up the side. And then you can double crochet as long as your row turns out to be a multiple of 6. Mine is 66 because I am actually going to make this into a twisted head wrap, which I do with almost all of my practice swatches. The next row after that is a row of single crochets, which is where we are right now. So this is double, this is single, and now I'm going to switch over to the white and show you how to do the heart. So we're going to add some white in there. Just like that, and then you want to pull this kind of tight. This part is going to be like half of a cluster basically that you're making. So we're making, each one of these hearts is made up of 2 clusters. This is just half of a cluster, and that's the first thing we're going to make. So you want to chain up 2 and then turn it. Okay, so this one right here is going to count as, each one of these clusters is made up of 3, right? And there's 2 clusters together on this heart. This part right here is going to count as one of the 3. So you're going to do yarn over and go through the same loop, and then yarn over and go through 2, but leave 2 loops on the hook. Do the same thing again in the same hole. Yarn over and go through 2, and now you have 3 on the hook. You want to yarn over and go through all 3. Okay, so that's like half of a cluster, or half of a heart. So now what we want to do is you want to actually chain 2, and then you're going to skip 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you're going to go into the 6th one. So you're going to do the same thing, only this time we're going to do two different clusters of 3. So you yarn over, and like you're going to do a double crochet, and go through just 2. Leave 2 loops on the hook. Do it again, same hole, and then again. Now you should have 4 loops on your hook. Yarn over and go through all 4. So you kind of like increased and then decreased. So it's just a little puff right there. Then you're going to chain 2, and we're going to do the same thing in the same hole. So yarn over and go through 2, leave 2 on the hook, yarn over, go through 2, and yarn over and go through 2. Just like that, and then yarn over and go through all 4. And then you're just gonna chain 2 and do the same thing all the way across. So skip 6, skip 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and go into the 6th hole right there. Chain 2, do it again, okay, and then chain 2 and continue all the way, doing that all the way across. And I'll meet you at the end where we do our little we're gonna do half of a cluster over here on the end. Okay, here we are at the end. I have almost completed my half a heart on the end here, the last stitch. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring my pink in. And we're just gonna pull that through. Okay, so we're at the end of the row. and we've added the pink back in, and we're gonna chain 1, right? That kind of locks it, but also it brings it up 1 level for your single crochet row, but it's not gonna be totally a single crochet row. We're actually gonna do some fun stuff in here. So you want to single crochet right here, the next one over, kind of tighten that in there. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna skip the stitch right here, and we're gonna do half double crochets in these middle 3 stitches, but we're gonna go over this bar to do it. So go ahead and, so you're gonna yarn over, jump down here, go through that stitch right there, and then yarn over and go through all 3, but you wanna keep it kind of tight. You're not trying to elongate it. Okay, so yarn over, go through that middle one, and then go through all 3 for a half double crochet. Just like that. So when you get done with your half double crochets, you're gonna chain 2, 1, 2, then do a single crochet right here in that little gap that we created, chain 2 again, and then skip this stitch and jump down here and do your half double crochet over the top of this cord that we created. Okay, do all 3. Okay, and then chain 2, single crochet in the middle, chain 2, jump down and do your half double crochets. Keep doing that all the way across, and I'll meet you at the end. Okay, so now that we're at the end, I finished those 3 half double crochets. Now we're gonna chain 2, and we're gonna act like that last single crochet is the center of the heart. So you're just gonna do a single crochet right there. Then you wanna chain up 2, turn it. We're gonna do double crochets all the way across, but I'm gonna show you where to place them. So you wanna do 1 here in the top of that stitch. In this chain 2 spot right here, we're just gonna do 1 double crochet right there. And then we're gonna do 1 in each of these, and then double crochet in the hole created by the chain, double crochet in the top of the heart, or that little crevice, and then double crochet in the chain, and then in these 3. I think this time I'll do it on this side. I feel more comfortable doing it on that side. So essentially what that's going to do is it's going to bring you back to your multiples of 6. Okay, everybody, so here is your heart stitch. So mine are kind of 3-dimensional. If you notice that these puff stitches stick out pretty far. Normally the hearts do kind of stick out a little bit because these are puff stitches basically that we're using, but I enhanced the puff a little bit because I used a smaller size yarn and the recommended hook size to go with that yarn. And then I used a bigger size yarn for the hearts, so it made them just a little bit puffier. I'm gonna make this into a twisted head wrap, but before I do, I'm gonna add just a little white border on both sides because it's not quite wide enough to what I usually use for my head wraps. If you would like to learn how to do twisted head wraps, they're super duper easy. I'll put the link at the top right-hand corner of the screen so that you can get to that video where I taught how to do that. At the end, I'll show you what this looks like as a twisted head wrap on the end screen if you want to stick around for that. The reason I taught this stitch is because we're going to be doing, my next project is this cute little Valentine basket. I hope it's going to be cute. Right now it's just a concept. So I'm going to make this basket. I'm going to use that stitch in there with scrappy pieces that are brightly colored. And then after the Valentine basket, we're gonna do this Tunisian slouchy beanie, which is so much fun. So I have 2 fun videos coming up. If they're completed by the time you're watching this video, I will have them linked at the end so that you can get straight to them if you want to. But that's what I'm planning on doing this week. So if you're interested in those things, be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.